Hey guys, it's Will here, and I haven't done one of these for a while, but I'm back with another conversion corner. So tonight I've got these guys here. Now I'm going to be using these as Dark Eldar Incubi, but actually if you take a closer look, the vast majority of the model is actually a Dark Elf Executioner. Essentially from the waist up, and the weapon, the cape and the head is all Dark Elf Executioner. The only bits that are actually Dark Eldar are the legs. So these are Kabalite warrior legs. If I just zoom in there, maybe get some more light on here. There we go, maybe get it even focused, that would be great. Yep, so these are Kabalite warrior legs, and essentially all I've done is cut them down at the right point just above the hip, and then cut off the executioners at the same point, and they're about the right size, and with the little bit of fabric, this sort of like a belt that they've got, if you look there, that fits quite nicely into there, and you just glue them on, and there we are. So a relatively simple conversion to do, but gives a nice effective look. The reason I've done this is because the standard Dark Eldar Incubi are fine cast, and I've worked with fine cast before, and every time I work with it I'm reminded why I don't like fine cast. It's just a pain to work with. It's not that it's a challenging material that you can get good results of if you know how to use it, it's just a pain in the butt. It produces so much flashing that you end up having to sculpt your own model. It's so fragile that I've actually had fine cast models just bend by being in the back of my car. It's just such a pain in the butt, I just can't be bothered with it. So I go with plastic. So we have the Dark Elf Executioners on the Kabalite legs. Now as for the colour scheme here, you may know that my Incubi, my Dark Eldar, are mostly in a dark blue colour scheme, but I've done these guys in red for a number of reasons. Firstly, there's no reason that Incubi necessarily have to match the rest of the army in terms of colour. They are essentially mercenaries who have their own little shrines and temples, and will just fight for whatever Cabal is willing to pay them. So, you know, in the same way that Eldar Aspect Warriors have their own colour scheme, Incubi, that are really the Dark Eldar equivalent of Aspect Warriors, don't need to match the colour, so why not make them a different colour? But more importantly, I'm also planning to use these guys a lot in my Ynnari, and there's that particular group of Incubi that kind of were from the temple that the Vizarch was the the Clavex of, who have that red colour scheme, so I wanted these guys to represent them as well. So yeah, that's it, my Dark Eldar Incubi. Hope you like these guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Just one more thing, the head of the Clavex, so this guy with the golden death mask and the horns is going to be my Clavex, and these sort of horn pieces are actually from like a random bit that I think is meant to sit behind the neck joint here on the executioners, but I essentially cut it in half, cut the horns to shape. So the actual raised bits is kind of the shape, but the base just needed trimming. Glued them on to the temples of the helmet there, and there we have it, a nice little horned helmet to make him stand out. Done a few other little bits and pieces, like this guy here. I've adjusted the position of the weapon, and he's got one of the arms from the executioner sprue, this severed head in his hand. This guy, I've adjusted the position of the weapon, just had to do a bit of cutting and reshaping there to give him a much lower stance. But yeah, if you want to see these guys in a battle, I've got a bat rep with them that's going up hopefully around the same time as this, using my my Ynnari against Sam's Space Wolves, and yeah, you definitely get to see these guys in action there and doing some good work. So hopefully I'll remember to put a link in the description and you can see how they get on there. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.